Most watch repair channels are run by people with years of experience and workshops full of tools. This isn't one of those channels. I know very little about watch repair right now. I have limited equipment, and honestly, I'm figuring this out as I go. But I want to learn and I want to document the entire journey from the very beginning. Welcome to SRC Watch Repair. This channel is going to be about learning watch repair from scratch, not pretending I know everything, not skipping mistakes, and definitely not acting like an expert. I've would like to say I've always been fascinated by watches and how all these tiny parts somehow work together to measure time, but that's not true. My job does not allow me to wear a watch. And to be honest, in the past, if I did have a watch, I would never remember to put it back on after my shift. So why have I suddenly became interested in watch repair? Well, a few months ago I changed my job. It was defiantly a promotion in some aspects, but it meant that I would lose the hands-on work with machines and tools which I was used to in my previous industry. So I went looking for something that would fill that void. A few things caught my eye, but I just could not get into anything until one lazy day. I was just sitting on the couch getting sucked into YouTube, one video after another, and there it was. Wristwatch Revival. I can only imagine the amount of people that Marshall has gotten interested in watch, and I can certainly say I am one of them. I had no idea what tools I needed or how to get started, but lucky me, he did. I must have spent a month with Sutcliffe Hansen website bookmarked with the watchmaker starter box in my cart till I eventually purchased it. What made me finally get it? Well, I realized that I spent most of my time now talking to anyone that would listen about watches and even those that did not want to listen. So, where am I starting from? I've taken apart a few watches before, and I've even managed to put some back together. But if I'm being honest, I was mostly taking things apart and hoping I could get them back together. And I am not going to pretend that I haven't already sent some parts to what I can only imagine is another universe because they are nowhere to be found in this one. I don't really understand how to diagnose problems yet. If a watch stops working, I couldn't confidently tell you why. I don't know how to properly service movements, identify issues, or repair most problems. But that's exactly why I'm doing this. I want to learn the right way. Now, I want to understand how these movements work, how to troubleshoot them, and eventually how to restore and repair watches with confidence. And I'm starting with very limited tools and equipment. I don't have a professional bench setup. I don't have thousands of pounds in equipment. As you will see, I have, for the most part, some very basic gear that an experienced person in watch repair may have a chuckle at, but we all have to start somewhere. What I do have is curiosity, patience, and the willingness to learn. And honestly, I'm hoping some of you watching can help me along the way. If you have experience with watch repair, watchmaking, or collecting watches, I'd love your advice. If I make mistakes, and I definitely will, point them out. And if you're also new like I am, maybe we can learn together. I want this channel to become a place where people can watch real progress happen over time. Over the next videos, I'll be taking watches apart, attempting repairs, learning techniques, trying restorations, and probably making plenty of mistakes. You'll see what works, what doesn't work, and everything in between. So, if you want to follow someone starting at square one and see where this journey goes, hit subscribe and come along for the ride.